Welcome back to Sport Bike Menace. Today's topic is going to be how to do your hydraulic clutch. Now this can go for a lot of sport bikes, not just for Suzuki. So if you can see a reservoir here, that's your hydraulic clutch. That's not a separate brake line or nothing. That's a hydraulic clutch. And then your front brake reservoir is up here on the right side, and then your left side is going to be your clutch. That's if you have a reservoir here. Now a lot of bikes do have it's by wire, so basically a wire will run underneath the gas tank and then go down here, and then when you engage the clutch, the wire pulls back and it opens up the clutch basket to change gears. Also lets the ECU know to cut the fuel off so you can change gears. But since this one's a hydraulic, not a lot of people like hydraulics. I think it brings more complications to hydraulics. But this right here is your hydraulic piece, and then let me see, hopefully I got it in frame. And then right here you're gonna bleed it out. So I think this is an 8, 6, either a 6 or a 7 or 8, one of the two. I can't remember because I did bleed mine's out because it's a brake fluid, and brake fluid you got to change them out. I can't remember how many years it takes for the brake fluid to go bad, and then you got to change it out. But yeah, to bleed it out, you're going to use that. And then there's a bleeding bag that STG sells. And basically, it's a plastic tube that goes on that nipple. And then there's a bag underneath it that catches it. And then while you have that, the bleeding bag on there, put this back if I can. So when you have that, the bleeding bag there dangling, then you're going to, press this. Well, you got to open it up. You got to open this up, the little screw there. You got to open that up. You're going to use a wrench. So just buy a wrench set anyways. In Harbor Freight they're pretty cheap, and then you can just check the size that you need. But you're going to open it up, and then you're going to bring in the clutch. But you got to be careful because you got to pay attention to your fluid level. It's not a big reservoir, and then if you empty that out and then bubbles go through, you're going to have bubbles in your line. And you got to make sure that there's no bubbles inside your lines. And it's the same thing for your brake side. Brake and your front brake and your rear brake are the same thing as your hydraulic clutch. They're the same thing, and it's DOT4. At least for this bike, it's DOT4. Just look, it should tell you on the cap itself. My cap tells me it's DOT4, so it says it right there, DOT4. And then it's the same thing for my brake. For your front brake and your rear brake is DOT4. But yeah, you're gonna open that nipple up and then hold in the clutch, and then you're gonna see that the fluid is going down, and then you're gonna keep opening and closing it, and you're gonna keep pumping it. The reason why you want to do that is so you can get the bad brake fluid out, and you don't want to overfill it, and you don't want to underfill it. And there's a line here that shows you upper and lower. So yeah, and if your clutch is hard to press in, like if it's like really hard to press in, then it's probably due to your brake fluid either overfilled or the brake fluid is bad. But yeah, mine is brand new. I did the bleeding. I bled the front and rear plus my hydraulic clutch. But again, there's no point of me doing a video for the brake side, because the same thing you do for your hydraulic clutch is what you're going to do for your rear brake and your front brake. Now I can point it out, to make this video a little bit longer. So your brake reservoir is tucked underneath your swing arm, and usually all the bikes are tucked underneath the swing arm usually. And then there's a nipple over here. There's a nipple right here, and then you'll bleed it out from this side. And the back brakes are more difficult to bleed out because I don't know why, but it's more of a pain in the butt to bleed out the back brakes. If you feel that it's not gauging, it's going too far down, that's because there's air in the brakes. So you're gonna have to keep putting fluid inside there, and then just keep on pumping it until that's done. Your front brakes, you're gonna have a nipple right here, and then on the same thing on the other side, because that's for 2 calipers. On top of that, there's another nipple that you can bleed from. hold on, let me move the handlebar so you guys can see. So there's a nipple up here. Now that nipple is usually if you want to like take the bad fluid just from here, and you just want to service this part and not bleed the brakes on the bottom. But yeah, you got a bleeding nipple right here on top, and then one for the left caliper and then one for the right caliper. And you're going to do the same thing you did for the clutch hydraulics, and you're going to do the same thing for this. And you got to be careful you don't let air go through, so you always got to put fluid inside, make sure that there's always fluid in there, and don't let it run too low, and just keep on bleeding it until you feel that all the bad brake fluid is out. But yeah, I hope I was able to help you guys out. If you guys have any questions, put it in the comments below. I'll see if I can help you guys out. I want to do an oil change and do it like how to do an oil change, and then maybe help people out with that too. I already did my antifreeze. It's not going to probably be due for a little bit. Probably, I'm going to say probably next year I'll probably do the the antifreeze out and put new one. But other than that, put like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and everybody ride safe, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.